Hello and welcome back to the Movie Memo Recaps. Today we are going to recap a 2020 movie named Honest Thief starring Liam Neeson. Keep alert, spoilers incoming. The movie opens with Tom Carter, a notorious bank robber who is breaking into a vault, and this seems to be his last heist. It is revealed that there has been robberies of this kind in 12 banks across 7 states, and the authorities refer to him as the in and out bandit. Later on, Tom moves to a self-storage warehouse to get a storage unit. He doesn't find the receptionist over the counter but notices some signs that someone was there. Shortly, Annie comes out of the washrooms. Annie is a grad student studying psychology left with only 3 semesters. As Tom prepares to make an honest living, he finds himself chatting Annie up and she seems to find him charming. Annie moves to record his name and bank. 1 year later, Tom breaks into a house and it is revealed that Tom and Annie are now in a relationship. He brings her to an apartment which he intends to buy if she accepts to move in with him. She likes the place and he is ready to create a stable future for the two of them. She wonders if he would manage to afford it, and Tom informs her that he has some savings. He tries to open a secret to her, but Annie thinks it's another surprise and ignores him. In the morning, FBI agent named Myers is sitting in his car depressed with his dog beside him. Later on, he moves to the office where he reveals to his superior named Agent Baker that he is going through a divorce. While dividing the properties, his wife decided to take the house and Myers took the dog. The scene jumps to a hotel where Tom is sitting with a lot of thoughts. He calls the FBI and informs them he is the in and out bandit they have been looking for, and he wants to turn himself in. Over the call with Agent Baker, he informs him that he is called Tom Carter. He reveals that he has robbed $9 million from 12 banks across 7 streets in 8 years. He tells him that he can hand in all the money he stole during those years but wants them to cut a deal. He asks for a minimum security prison in Boston as well as visitations. He tells him that he met a woman who is smart, and he loves her so much that he wants to stay with her without worrying about his past crimes. Since the FBI has gotten multiple bandit confessions, they don't believe him, but Baker informs him that he would talk to his superiors and see the way forward. Tom provides him the address where he can be found at Charleston Hotel and the room number. Still unconvinced, Baker hands the detailed file of Tom to agents named Nivens and Hall to go check out on his address. Tom later on receives a call from Annie, who he tells that he is at Charleston Hotel because his apartment got some leakages and they are fixing it. Annie requests to come over and visit him, but Tom declines the offer, informing her that he is fatigued. In the morning, Tom is waiting for the agents, but when he opens the door, it's a room service lady. He calls FBI again and asks for Agent Baker, but Myers informs him that he is outside. Tom complains that it's been 2 days since he told them that he wants to turn himself in. Myers informs him that 2 agents were sent to handle his case. Shortly, Nivens and Hall arrive at his room and introduce themselves. Because of their doubt in his stories, he starts to explain to them how he carried out the heists. He reveals that he always carried out his heists over the weekend and targeted specific banks at the right time. He explains how he managed to unlock the vaults, and how he covered his traces after the heists. Still unconvinced, they ask for the money, but Tom asks for the deal first. They persist that they can't cut a deal without proof of the money, hence Tom telling them the storage unit where he kept the money. The agents move to the storage unit and begin to search reluctantly with no hope. It is revealed that Hall is a family man, and he has some financial problems in supporting his family. Suddenly, Hall discovers the money and both of them get surprised because the money is even legit. Nivens tells Hall to put the money in the car trunk and reveal to him that they are pocketing the money for themselves. Hall rejects it, that he didn't sign to be a corrupt officer, but Nivens persuades him that no one knows about the money and even Tom would be imprisoned, so he can't provide proof that he gave them the money. He reminds him that he needs extra money to support his family, which makes Hall go along with it reluctantly. While loading the money, Annie finds them and they inform her that they are friends with Tom. They tell her that Tom gave them the key to help him shift, and Annie happens to believe the story. She moves back to the store to text him, though the cameras are capturing Nivens and Hall. Nivens and Hall keep the money at an abandoned safe house. Myers informs Baker that Tom called again, and Baker tries to call Nivens, but he doesn't pick his call and proceed with offloading the money. Afterwards, Nivens puts on gloves and set his gun ready as Tom is still waiting for the agents to return. Upon returning, they confirm to him that they found the money, but things get strange when Nivens points a pistol at Tom. Annie has come to visit Tom, but inside the room Tom reveals that the money the agents took is only $3 million because he needed a bargaining chip. Shortly Agent Baker knocks at the door, which shocks Nivens and Hall, who weren't expecting him. Hall opens for him, and he gets surprised seeing Nivens with a gun. On impulse Nivens shoots and kills Baker, which brings about a fight in the room. Tom falls out with Nivens through the window just as Annie is walking by. Tom gestures her to run before hitting Nivens and run to take her away. Hall shoots at them, though they escape with a getaway car. Annie asks why they are being shot at, and Tom informs her that it's FBI. While pursuing Tom, Hall asks Nivens why he killed Baker, and Nivens reveal that they would be framing Tom for the murder. Tom promises Annie to tell her everything, and it is revealed that he has Hall's gun. Nivens and Hall find the abandoned car and try to look for them everywhere, though they fail to trace them anywhere. They proceed to check in the nearby parkings as Nivens is so sure they can't be far. Tom and Annie are hiding in one car, which Nivens and Hall failed to notice, hence leaving. After a while Tom stands to move out and confirm if they have left, though Annie seems terrified. While on their way, Tom reveals the truth to Annie that he was a bank robber, but it's been a while since he retired. He informs her that ever since he met her he's been trying to tell her and move in with her after cleaning his past. However much he tries to explain, Annie gets highly dismayed with this news and asks him to pull over so that she gets some fresh air. The police has arrived at Charleston Hotel, and Myers seems so heartbroken after the loss of Baker. Annie confronts Tom on why he has been lying to her, but Tom informs her that he's been planning to tell her. She inquires if he bought the house from the stolen money, but he confirms that he bought from his savings while he served in the force. Annie asks why he robbed the banks, and he reveals that upon returning from the force he found his mother dead from pneumonia. His dad got affected by his wife's death, which led to his suspension from the job. He lived a poor life because his pension funds got embezzled by a corrupt CEO, which forced him to commit suicide by driving a highway speed into a tree. This forced Tom to move to one of the banks belonging to the same CEO and robbed it to avenge. This became a habit as he kept on the robberies, not until when he met Annie and decided to quit. He reveals to her that all he needed was love and even never touched on the robbed money. Myers moves inside to look at Baker's corpse and promises to find the person behind the murder. Annie tells Tom that he witnessed Nivens and Hall take the money. Tom informs her that he expects them to frame him for the murder of Baker, and the FBI would be over him always. He gives her a plan that she should call 911 and inform them that Tom forced her inside the car so that they clear her from the case. Myers meet Nivens and Hall, and they inform him that Tom killed Baker and fought them too before running away with one woman. Myers wonder why he killed Baker, yet they said they didn't find the money. Tom drives Annie to the bus station so that she moves out of town after informing her that he is worried what Nivens and Hall could do to her after killing their own. He promises her that everything will be fine after proving his innocence in the murder. In the morning he moves to a cafe and dig up information on Nivens and Hall. On the other hand, Myers with Nivens and Hall investigated Tom's past, and it is learnt that his real name is Thomas James Dolan. He was a Marine where he learned about explosives and demolition and retired 9 years back. Myers wonders because he doesn't have any criminal record and even served well in the force. They also manage to get some information on Annie, and Myers sends Nivens and Hall to find her so that she helps them in reaching Tom. Annie calls Tom to inform him that she has footage from the storage warehouse that would implicate Nivens and Hall in stealing the money. Tom warns her to stay away from the storage because they might find her there. While at the storage, Nivens finds Annie there as Tom is on his way. Nivens asks Annie about the remaining $6 million, but she tries to escape though the door is locked. Nivens hits her down, and she stabs him with scissors. She tries to reach the door again, but Nivens won't let her leave, though Hall notices the scuffle inside. Although Annie puts up a fight, Nivens knocks her out as Hall moves in. He wants to finish her off, but Hall stops him and searches her looking for the memory card. Shortly her phone rings, which makes Nivens and Hall run away, though Tom notices their car. He finds Annie unconscious and takes her to a hospital where she gets attended to. Suddenly he notices some officers, hence running away before they notice him. He then calls Myers, who calls Nivens, and while on a conference call Tom asks Nivens why they attacked his girlfriend after he gave them $3 million and wanted to turn himself in. Even when Nivens denies everything, Tom promises to go after him. Hall informs Nivens that he is disappointed with him, though they receive a call from Myers, who informs them that Tom was seen with a stolen vehicle from the hospital. A nearby officer notices Tom and makes a report, but when he moves to get him, Tom drives away. The chase begins as Nivens and Hall also get notified. Tom manages to lose the officer and hides where another officer also misses him. Shortly he notices the agent's car, hence running his van back into their car. Nivens shoots at him as he also shoots back before finally driving away with furious Nivens shooting at him. Myers suddenly notices Tom's van before seeing him on the streets to chase him down. He keeps on pursuing him, not until when they get into a fight. They struggle for a while with Myers blaming him for killing Baker. Tom hits him down and informs him that he didn't kill Baker while holding him at gunpoint. He tells him that Annie is hospitalized but has evidence against Nivens and Hall, which is why they attacked her. Myers volunteers to help him do the right thing, but Tom confirms that he will handle things in his own way. He leaves Myers with Hall's gun and run away, but upon checking the pistol, Myers realizes that it wasn't even loaded. At night, Tom calls at the hospital to check on Annie, and they confirm to him that she is improving. On the other hand, Nivens has come with Hall at the hospital to make sure Annie is dead, though Hall refuses to get involved. Nivens moves inside the hospital stealthy to have the job done, but gets shocked to run away upon seeing Myers inside sitting beside Annie. Tom has moved out to hunt the agents as Myers invites Nivens to his office. He questions him why Tom is pointing the finger at him, but Nivens terms Tom crazy. Myers asks him about the money that had Baker killed, but Nivens denies everything about the money. Hall gets invited too, and Myers gives him back his gun, pretending he had lost it. The two sit down to talk about their next plan, though Myers keeps a close sight on them. That night, while at home with his wife, Hall fails to sleep and his wife tries to comfort him. Suddenly he hears strange sounds in the garage and moves downstairs to check out. Tom ambushes him but confirms he is not here to kill him. He blames him for letting Nivens move on with killing Baker, yet he could have done something. Hall hands him the security footage and warns him that Nivens is attempting on killing Annie. Tom drives to the hospital so that he gets Annie out to a safer place. He finds her improved and informs her that he is taking her out of the hospital, which she accepts. In the morning he calls Myers to inform him that he transferred Annie to a safer place. While collecting some items for his next move, Myers tries to ask him about his plans, but he doesn't reveal it to him. Back at his room where he brought Annie, he is constructing an explosive, and Annie finds it fascinating seeing him do the work. The following day, while preparing to attack Nivens, Annie persists to join him. They move near Nivens' house and call him to confess since Tom wants to prove his innocence. Nivens denies everything, hence Tom warning him to run out of the house since he planted a bomb there. After the countdown, Tom detonates the bomb and explodes the house, though he gave Nivens chance to escape, knowing he would lead him to where they kept their stolen loot. While on the run, Tom calls him to confirm he didn't want him dead, though Annie feels impressed. Tom hands her the keys to a storage unit as Nivens has run to the safe house where they kept the money. He calls Hall and informs him that Tom burnt down his house, and Hall tells him to wait for him there. He would be joining him shortly. Myers drives to the storage units where Annie is waiting for him. She tells him that Tom isn't a bad guy before inviting him to one of the storage unit where Tom kept the $6 million from the heists. He goes on to confirm the money is legit, though Nivens is packing to run away. Shortly Hall knocks at the door, and Nivens opens for him, but surprisingly he is at gunpoint with Tom behind him. While Nivens is overconfident about his framing Tom informs him that he got the security footage from Hall, who Nivens blames for betraying him. Hall informs him that he regrets not doing the right choice, but shortly a fight breaks out between the two. Nivens suddenly gets a gun and shoots Hall dead and engage in a shooting with Tom as he finds ways to finish him too. With Tom shooting back, Nivens find a hard time, but later on manage to get the bag with the money and escape to move outside. Tom seems injured but notices Nivens leave with his car, hence calling him to confirm he is tracking him. He reveals to him that he put another bomb in his car, which is pressure sensitive with only a slightest movement. After confirmation of the bomb, Nivens stops to follow Tom's orders, who tells him to relax and wait for the bomb squad to arrive. Tom checks Hall's corpse, who is wired to get the recorder. The bomb squad has arrived at Nivens' scene, and after a thorough checkout it's revealed that the bomb even never had a detonator. Myers orders for the arrest of Nivens and get the money from his car. Oswell. Back at his office, Myers receives a recording where Nivens and Hall explicitly discuss having killed Baker. Outside FBI headquarters, Annie speaks to Myers asking him to go easy on Tom. Tom himself calls Myers to turn himself in, and Myers agrees to try and help Tom get a lighter sentence. Myers tells him that Annie is a special woman if he managed to give up everything because of her. He grants them time and the two embrace, bringing the movie to the end. Thanks for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more of these recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.